General Information Review 1 to 50 Part 4. Topic: Code of Conduct and Ethical Standards for Public Officials and Employees. 1. Which of the following is not considered part? A public official. A. Non-career service. B. Appointed officials. C. Private contractors. D. Elective officials. The answer is C. Private contractors. 2. Public officials and employees shall at all times be to the people and shall discharge their duties with utmost responsibility, integrity, competence, and loyalty. A. Loyal. B. Honest. C. Responsible. D. Accountable. The answer is D. Accountable. 3. The following are considered prohibited gifts except A. A scholarship grant. B. A gift certificate. C. A watch. D. A favor from previous client. The answer is A. A scholarship grant. 4. Grace, a court clerk accepted a courier package with a bunch of flowers and cake from an accused whose case was previously acquitted under their division. Is Grace liable under R.A. 6713? A. No, cake and bunch of flowers are not considered prohibited gift. B. No, she is not part of R.A. 6713. C. No, the accused did not personally deliver the gifts. D. Yes, Grace is part of the division who provided decision to acquit the accused. The answer is D. Yes, Grace is part of the division who provided decision to acquit the accused. 5. Up to what civil degree consanguinity or affinity is considered relatives of public officials or employees? A. First. B. Second. C. Third. D. Fourth. The answer is D. Fourth. 6. It arises when a public official or employee is a member of a board, an officer, or a substantial stockholder of a private corporation or owner, or has a substantial interest in a business and the interest of such corporation or business, or his rights or duties therein may be opposed or affected by the faithful performance of official duty. A. Nepotism. B. Red tape. C. Conflict of interest. D. Negligence. The answer is C. Conflict of interest. 7. It is the transfer of title or disposal of interest in property by voluntarily, completely, and actually depriving or dispossessing oneself of his right or title to it in favor of a person or persons other than his spouse and relatives. A. Deterrent. B. Divergent. C. Divestment. D. Detachment. The answer is C. Divestment. 8. A norm which requires public officials and employees to always uphold public interest over and above personal interest. A. Responsiveness to public. B. Political neutrality. C. Justness and sincerity. D. Commitment to public interest. The answer is D. Commitment to public interest. 9. A norm which requires public officials and employees to perform and discharge their duty with the highest degree of excellence, professionalism, intelligence, and skill. A. Professionalism. B. Political neutrality. C. Justness and sincerity. D. Responsiveness to public. The answer is A. Professionalism. 10. Public officials and employees shall provide service to everyone, without unfair discrimination and regardless of party affiliation or preference. What norm provide this? A. Professionalism. B. Political neutrality. C. Responsiveness to public. D. Justness and sincerity. The answer is B. Political neutrality. 11. Public officials and employees shall extend prompt, courteous, and adequate service to public. Which norms requires this? A. Political neutrality. B. Professionalism. C. Responsiveness to public. D. Justness and sincerity. The answer is C. Responsiveness to public. 12. Which norm requires public officials and employees to remain true to the people at all times, respect the right of others, and refrain doing acts contrary to law? A. Justness and sincerity. B. Responsiveness to public. C. Commitment to public interest. D. Political neutrality. The answer is A. Justness and sincerity. 13. This norm provides that public officials and employees shall at all times be loyal to the Republic and to the Filipino people, promote the use of locally produced goods, resources, and technology, and encourage appreciation and pride of country and people. A. Simple living. B. Responsiveness to public. C. Nationalism and patriotism. D. Commitment to democracy. The answer is C. Nationalism and patriotism. 14. What norm provides that public officials and employees shall commit themselves to the democratic way of life and values, maintain the principle of public accountability, and manifest by deeds the supremacy of civilian authority over the military? They shall at all times uphold the Constitution and put loyalty to country above loyalty to persons or party. A. Simple living. B. Responsiveness to public. C. Professionalism. D. Commitment to democracy. The answer is D. Commitment to democracy. 15. It requires public officials and employees and their families to lead modest lives appropriate to their positions and income. A. Commitment to democracy. B. Simple living. C. Nationalism and patriotism. D. Professionalism. The answer is B. Simple living. 16. If the duly authorized authority is not present, who may sign an official document? A. Solicitor General. B. Third next in rank. C. Official next in rank. D. Delay the papers. The answer is C. Official next in rank. 17. All heads or other responsible officers of offices and agencies of the government and of government-owned or controlled corporations shall, within working days from the end of the year, render a performance report of the agency or office or corporation concerned. A. 45 days. B. 50 days. C. 100 days. D. 180 days. The answer is A. 45 days. 18. Who among the following is not a member of committee on awards to outstanding public officials and employees? A. Ombudsman. B. Chairman of the Civil Service Commission. C. Chairman of the Commission on Audit. D. Chairman of the Commission on Elections. The answer is D. Chairman of the Commission on Elections. 19. The answer is, which of the following gifts is not acceptable solicited favor from and the grantee shall be rejected by the Congress? A. Nominal value tender and received as a souvenir or mark of courtesy. B. Scholarship, fellowship grants. C. Medical treatment. D. Any solicited favor from the grantee. The answer is D. Any solicited favor from the grantee. 20. Statement of assets, liabilities, and net worth shall be filed in the following period except A. Within 30 days after assumption of office. B. On or before April 30th of every year. C. Within 30 days after separation from the service. D. On or before December 31st every year. The answer is D. On or before December 31st every year. 21. Which of the following is not one of the norms of conduct for government employees? A. Transparency. B. Professionalism. C. Political neutrality. D. Nationalism and patriotism. The answer is A. Transparency. 22. Which of the following does not exemplify commitment to public service? A. Exposing graft and corruption. B. Using public discretionary. C. Using office supplies economically. D. Preserving public property and domain. The answer is B. Using public discretionary. 23. Government officials and employees are prohibited from engaging in partisan political activities, except in A. Being a delegate to any political convention. B. Soliciting or receiving contributions for purposes. C. Expressing their views on current political problems or issues. D. Making speeches to draw support in behalf of a candidate office. The answer is C. Expressing their views on current political problems or issues. 24. From the time of separation from the government service, public officials are prohibited from accepting employment in any private enterprise previously regulated by their office for a period of A. 3 years. B. 10 months. C. 2 years. D. 1 year. The answer is D. 1 year. 25. Entrepreneurial activities of government employees may be allowed provided all of the following conditions except one, which is the exception. A. Not done during office hours. B. Not done within the required 40 hours a week period. C. Not conflict with the official functions of the employees. D. The income from entrepreneurial activities does not exceed half of the employee's annual income. The answer is D. The income from entrepreneurial activities does not exceed half of the employee's annual income. 26. What government agency, thus the status of government employee, in the free voluntary services belong? A. Secretary. B. Regional. C. Barangay. D. Municipal. The answer is C. Barangay. 27. After receiving a RTC clearance, a client gave Albert, a clerk in the RTC Clearance Division, a signature built as a token of gratitude. Albert accepted the food items without hesitation. Is he liable under RA 6713? A. Yes, because he received gifts as a government employee. B. Yes, because he is part of the office which acted on the case of the client. C. No, because he was only a clerk. D. No, because he was not the one who drafted the decision. The answer is B. Yes, because he is part of the office which acted on the case of the client. 28. Every government agency is required to develop, update regularly, and make available to the transacting public A. The names of action officers. B. The service guides. C. The performance targets. D. The directory of officials. The answer is B. The service guides. 29. Which of the following is not a primary function of the Civil Service Commission? A. Institutionalize a management climate conducive to public accountability. B. Establish a courier service and adopt measures to promote morale, efficiency, integrity, responsiveness, progressiveness, and courtesy in the civil service. C. Review college curriculum to make them relevant to specific positions in the civil service. D. Strengthen the merit and reward system. The answer is C. Review college curriculum to make them relevant to specific positions in the civil service. 30. Heads of government-owned or controlled corporations (GOCC) are required to submit their statement of assets and liabilities and net worth to the A. Civil Service Commission. B. Office of the President. C. Department of Finance. D. Office of the Government Corporate Council. The answer is B. Office of the President. 31. Chairperson and commissioners and Constitutional Commission filed their statement of assets and liabilities and net worth with A. The Office of the President. B. The Supreme Court. C. Their respective offices. D. The National Office of the Ombudsman. The answer is D. The National Office of the Ombudsman. 32. What are the qualifications to evaluate the most outstanding government employee? A. The level salary. B. The list of service and consistency of performance. C. The obscurity of the position. D. The unique and exemplary quality of a certain achievement. The answer is D. The unique and exemplary quality of a certain achievement. 33. Professionals are the best defined as A. Having bachelor's degree fit for the job. B. Having relevant training and experience. C. Having appropriate civil service eligibility. D. Having proper qualifications and appointments approved on the Civil Service Commission. The answer is D. Having proper qualifications and appointments approved on the Civil Service Commission. 34. Conflict of interest occurs when a public official or employee A. Receives double compensation. B. Is an officer of a business establishment the interest of which affects the faithful performance of his official duty. C. Participates in demonstrations and rallies that aim to destabilize the government. D. Is a member of cause-oriented groups. The answer is B. Is an officer of a business establishment the interest of which affects the faithful performance of his official duty. 35. All of the following except one are function or services that volunteers in a government can perform. Which is the exemption? A. Investigation. B. Humanitarian. C. Advisory. D. Counseling. The answer is A. Investigation. 36. Values development programs include all the following, except one. Which one is the exemption? A. Religious instructions and spiritual concerns. B. Philippine history, culture, and tradition. C. Nationalism and patriotism. D. Ethical and moral values. The answer is A. Religious instructions and spiritual concerns. 37. Which of the following is considered as the basic criterion of a true value? A. It is imposed by the government. B. It is acquired from a creditable person. C. It is freely chosen among alternatives, being fully aware of its consequence. D. It is inculcated by one's parents since childhood. The answer is C. It is freely chosen among alternatives, being fully aware of its consequence. 38. Who among the following is exempted from filing annual assets and liabilities? A. Contractual workers. B. Permanent employees. C. Non-career service employees. D. Career service employees. The answer is A. Contractual workers. 39. A public official or employee, in case a conflict of interest arises, should make divestment at what period? A. 10 days from discovery of the conflict of interest. B. 15 days from discovery of the conflict of interest. C. 30 days from discovery of the conflict of interest. D. 30 days from assumption of office. The answer is D. 30 days from assumption of office. 40. Joan, an administration officer in a government agency, became a subject of complaint for illegal practice of her profession as teacher in a private school. She argued that she is not liable because she is just an administration officer, and she does teach every weekend. Is she correct? A. Yes, she has free will to do multiple jobs. B. No, an administration officer is considered a casual employee and therefore prohibited from outside employment under RA 6713. C. No, a permit should be submitted to her office. D. No, she is not a licensed teacher. The answer is B. No, an administration officer is considered a casual employee and therefore prohibited from outside employment under RA 6713. Topic: Clerical operation 41 to 50. 41. This is a type of document issued by a seller to a buyer, relating to a sale transaction and indicating the product's quantities and prices sold to the buyer. A. Check voucher. B. Purchase order. C. Delivery receipt. D. Sales invoice. The answer is D. Sales invoice. 42. Which of the following is not a usual document used in a sales company? A. Form 137. B. Delivery receipt. C. Sales invoice. D. Purchase order. The answer is A. Form 137. 43. One of the responsibilities of a clerical job is answering and tending phone calls. Which is the best way to answer a phone call in a company? A. Say hello and wait for the caller to speak. B. Run and get a pen and notebook, then pick up the phone. C. Answer the phone politely and give your department or company name. D. Wait for fellow employees to answer the phone. The answer is C. Answer the phone politely and give your department or company name. 44. An example of a hard copy document is A. TDF file letter. B. Company email message. C. A business letter saved in USB. D. Business letter in a paper. The answer is D. Business letter in a paper. 45. What does a CC means in an email message? A. Copy sent. B. Copy furnished. C. Copycat. D. Carbon copy. The answer is D. Carbon copy. 46. Which computer program should you go if you want to email a company? A. Word. B. Excel. C. Outlook. D. PowerPoint. The answer is C. Outlook. 47. This is a telephone transmission of scanned documents, of texts and images to a telephone number connected to a printer. A. Photocopying machine. B. Fax machine. C. Printer. D. Xerox machine. The answer is B. Fax machine. 48. The Chief Financial Officer is responsible for the financial matters and financial management of a corporation. She is also known as the A. Auditor. B. Treasurer. C. Chief Executive Officer, Manager. The answer is B. Treasurer. 49. Which department of a company is responsible for cash register operations and payment processing? A. Cashier. B. Billing. C. Accounting. D. Budget. The answer is A. Cashier. 50. Your boss asked you to send her a soft copy of your latest resume. An example of a soft copy is A. A printout copy, usually in a paper. Original copy written in a paper. A copy saved in a computer and sent through email. A copy from a Xerox machine. The answer is C. A copy saved in a computer and sent through email. What's your score? Please comment down in comment section. Subscribe to this channel. and hit the bell button for Part 5 review. Topic: Environment Management and Protection. Thank you and good luck.